All right, welcome to the Casual Shenanigans E3 2016, our exclusive coverage.
It is exclusive, it's only with us.
We just watched the EA press conference, and we're here to talk to you guys about it. So, first, what do you guys think of that intro where they talked about EA Play and gamers, and we all play, and all gamers play together?
Play to live.
I already forgot about that.
Yeah. It was like just 5 minutes of corporate buzz speak, and then they moved on. So we'll skip right over that to the Titanfall 2 multiplayer trailer. What'd you guys think about that?
That looked really good.
Yeah, it looks polished.
Surprised that it looked that interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably because the maps look a little bit bigger.
They look way bigger.
Yeah.
That the zip lining's cool.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have that Titanfall 1, did they?
No.
So
Yeah,
I think they had a lot of cool stuff that actually makes it look interesting.
The idea of the ziplining with the free running is a pretty cool idea. I think that's going to work well together. But, I mean, it's kind of what I expected. More Titanfall. It was good the first time. Hopefully they won't break the matchmaking this time.
Yeah, and single player they announced.
Single player was part 2, yeah.
The single player trailer, yeah, it looks like they're kind of going for a big global war looking thing, and I'm kind of surprised they made the Titan like has a voice and a personality and everything. I guess it's going to be a little bit like Cortana and Halo, where it's a machine, but is it more than a machine? And
I like that.
It looks like there was a shot in the trailer where the Titan is dragging itself, missing one arm, so the Titan's going to die at the end, I'm sure, and it's going to be really, really sad. But I thought the single player looked really, really cool. Like when they were dropping all the Titans into battle. Some really big, intense, scripted single player Titanfall battles could be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Titan drop actually has kind of a cool feeling to it now.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it was cool before, but
Yeah.
now it's like you get to feel like you're part of the action as it's happening.
Because multiplayer already in Titanfall 1 could feel pretty epic. Everyone dropping at the same time. You know, it was so fast-paced. They kind of took all like the high points of the multiplayer and made it into a more scripted single-player experience. And it looks like it's going to work.
Okay, so after Titanfall, they talked about Madden 2017, and they're going to be doing this EA Major live events for esports. So it's like their big EA championships for Madden, and they've got their first major like championship thing in a bit. To be honest, none of us really care that much about Madden.
We don't care
Even
about
though a lot of people
sport.
do, so
Yeah.
full respect of all the people who enjoy Madden.
Why do we have to have full respect for it? they have enough full respect.
I guess you
last
don't have
hour.
to.
Yeah, we don't have to have respect. I'm sure you guys do.
And what do you guys think about the hype trailer for the showdown between Problem and Serious Mo?
What was that? I totally tuned out.
I know, you're on your phone. The guy Problem, who says he's the best in the world and he likened himself to Floyd Mayweather, so
Yeah.
people always want to fight him
He doesn't
in games.
fight. Yeah,
But Floyd Mayweather just doesn't fight Joe Schmo.
Oh, the fight me on Twitter guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they showed like the 8 finalists for I guess their last
That was the
Madden
best
championship.
part.
And Serious Mo, the guy who's gonna take down the champion, has a broken collarbone because he was running with his shoes untied.
I don't think he even said running. I think
He was
said
racing a friend.
Racing a friend.
Oh, he was. Oh,
Yeah. Which is just amazing that they would even admit to that on stage.
Yeah, make up a good lie. Come on.
But then they said their Madden 2017 Championship Series will have $1 million in prize money up for grabs. So that, if you're into Madden, that's probably all really significant stuff. So good for you guys. Mass Effect Andromeda.
That looks fantastic.
Oh,
So
Fantastic.
I'll be honest, was a little bit bummed that they really just showed off like an extended trailer and peek into the universe. I was hoping for gameplay and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess there's a chance we could get that at another press conference later this week. But I was kind of hoping that was going to be a fall 2017 game.
yeah.
Did you not think
yeah.
it was going to? I mean, James.
Fall
Joe-
2017.
Yeah, or 2016. Sorry, I thought that was.
No,
gonna
I
be-
thought
That was delayed a while ago.
No, yeah, I
Oh,
think it
was?
was going to
Okay,
be like
yeah.
spring, but it feels like it might be farther than
It was
that.
supposed to be. It was supposed to be this fall, and then it got delayed to next year.
Okay.
But that was like months ago that they announced.
It looks like it's going to be pretty darn epic, though.
It looks like an open world game.
Yeah.
It's cool seeing the I forget what the little Land Rover thing is called. What is it called in the game?
Land
The,
Rover.
not the Mako. Is it the Mako?
Mako,
Is it
yeah,
that's-
Mako?
yeah, that's-
Yeah.
It was cool seeing that on a world compared to like seeing it in Mass Effect 1, where like it looked so it looked cool at the time, but looking back now, well, actually it didn't even look that cool at the time. It looked really generic going through like a little world. Now it like just
Yeah, it feels
polish
huge.
they have on that now.
Well, because in the previous games, landing on a world was like a small distraction. Like you'd land on a world to do a mission, but then it was you were inside something. Like you were very rarely outside. You weren't exploring or anything. You were
Yeah.
in this one
Yeah.
facility to go do something. And this looks like you exploring the open worlds might actually be a significant component of the game. Like it might
looks
be
like
one of the
it
main
looks like
focuses.
No Man's Sky with a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Star Citizen. It
Yeah.
looks like they might steal some of Star Citizen's thunder, depending on how good it is. Granted, we don't really know anything about it, but
Yeah,
it's
Star
cool.
Citizen's still, like, what, 7 years away?
Who knows? As long as they keep making money, they're going to keep adding features.
But I trust that the story is going to be really good, and that the RPG elements are going to be really fun.
And it seems like they only hinted at it, but it seems like they have a plausible way to continue the universe after the events of Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
Where it sounds like they sent these probes off maybe before the events of the first Mass Effect games, and now they're just
a cool
landing
idea.
in a different world.
Just to
It
honestly
is a
get
cool
it away
idea.
from everything, and then you don't have to worry about really that storyline.
It is cool because it's like it's a cool universe, and being able to take that exact universe and then not have to worry about continuity. That's pretty significant. So that was
Dave,
really awesome.
you haven't
I'm sure you
played
can have
any of the
instant
Mass
stuff.
Effects really, except for the first.
I played 10 hours Mass Effect 1, which for me is, I guess, not much, but I've seen it, you know.
Yeah. And then EA Play to Give, which is a new charitable endeavor they're doing where if you do challenges in-game, EA will donate money that they would not otherwise donate, but they've already budgeted. And the only thing they directly mentioned, and they've partnered up with like 5 charitable organizations, and that's great, and I don't want to like make fun of them, but they really were reaching. They said, look, what is it? They have their women-only squad in Star Wars, and if you complete all these challenges, they'll donate to some women's organization. Like, it felt really on the nose. It was like, if you want to donate the money, just donate the money. Like, why is this tied to this weird...
It would be cool if they were doing it based on the number of challenges completed. They would pick the organization they were going to donate to.
And they didn't really go into detail on how that's all going to work. But I guess it's a way to make you feel like playing EA games means they're good guys and you're donating money to a charity, I
you're
guess.
posting videos of you doing so-called 360 no-scopes for charity.
Yeah, I don't know.
For the children.
I guess anything that...
360 no scope for the children.
anything that leads to them giving money away, I guess, is a good thing. But
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of approach it from the look how dope this is aspect, and not really from the this is how we're really going to be helping people aspect. So I don't know, mixed feelings about that. Speaking of mixed feelings, FIFA 2017, The Journey.
They didn't really say. Is that like actually a single player game, or is
I think
that
it's
more
the like. There's always like a campaign, like a season.
I mean, that's a
mode.
cool idea. Honestly, I
It
think it's
sounds
kind
like
of a
it's
cool
just a more-
idea.
I mean,
for
they've
people
done
who are
other
soccer
sports
fans.
games where you kind of have like a backstory
Yeah.
or a fake
Yeah.
character. I think it looked like more like an interesting movie than it did a fun playable game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it'd actually be
I thought that
into
was
a
actually going to be
story
the originals, the EA originals. Like, I was like, is this going to be actually like video game like?
Well, because we don't care that much about FIFA either. So I'm assuming for like hardcore FIFA fans, this might have a much different connotation. But yeah, FIFA 2017, and then EA Originals, which is basically them partnering up with a bunch of indie studios to bring titles to every platform, I guess, even though they're EA exclusive
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know what that means because they'll be multi-platform. But they showed off Fee, which is
I guess
a pretty cool
getting that exposure for indie studios that they wouldn't otherwise get, then get the money back for them to build more games.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's really cool. And they made it sound like all the profit is going to those indie studios. Now, I don't know if EA's cut counts as like expenses and not profit. I'm sure they're getting paid. But that sounded really cool. So what'd you guys think of Fee?
Go ahead, Dave.
I mean,
It honestly didn't look that amazing. Like, it was okay, but it was, I don't know, it's not, I don't know, it looks like a Journey type game, but nowhere near as cool as Journey.
It's Journey meets Blind Ori.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's probably... It could be really cool. I thought the art style and like the
the art
idea...
style
The
looks
guy
great.
sounded really passionate and stuff. It's one of those games, like, I feel like I'd want to give it a shot. I'd want to play it. It's not my bread and butter.
I feel like I liked how it looked, but I really feel like that needed to be a third of the time for showing the game. Because a game like that, you really can't show like on a stage when it's not finished yet. I think a quick glimpse would have been more like attention grabbing than that whole presentation was.
Yeah. But it's cool, and the guy was really passionate about it, and it could be a pretty cool game, so we'll find out more about it later. So after Fee, they started talking about Star Wars, but they talked about Star Wars without actually announcing anything for Star Wars. They said that there will be a new Battlefront coming next year. Is that the impression you got? Is Battlefront 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Battlefront 2,
Is that the first official
In-
confirmation?
Including
I think it is.
the...
No, there's been more. There's been official
There's
confirmation.
been...
Okay.
But
Was it confirmation or was it leaks?
Because there's been a lot of talk about it.
I think it was rumors.
Because they said that Visceral's games, the third-person game, was not going to be announced next year. It was going to be officially announced Battlefront 2.
Oh, actually, Joel, I remember now. It was the EA conference call with their investors. They announced, next Battlefront's coming in 2017, but still, either...
It's still technically in rumor status if it's not like...
Either way, it's a weird way to announce
release.
a sequel, like, as a side note to an investors conference, or even, like, as a side note at one of these, press conferences. It's a very strange way to...
But they announced there was going to be one coming, but they didn't announce the next piece of Battlefront DLC, which we're kind of hoping maybe happens at the Sony press conference, possibly.
Yeah, because it gets
announced. The trailer's not out.
Yeah, we haven't seen the trailer yet.
Yeah.
But they did announce that it's going to have the new films in the next Battlefront. It's basically, they didn't say single player though, which I'm a little disappointed. Hopefully they'll, if there is going to be a single player, they'll do it at one of the other conferences.
Yeah.
We'll see. They also announced that Visceral is working on a 2018 action title. So Amy Hennig is running the Visceral team. And
she's from Uncharted.
Yeah, she directed the first... she directed 1 and 3, I believe.
But we already knew that they were working on it.
Yeah.
We knew they were, but they
did
see
show
a tiny second of it.
Yeah.
Like 8 seconds of in-game footage.
But it's third person...
Whatever.
Or no, I think Respawn's was the third person action adventure game they didn't really talk much about. So
Visceral's
there's 2...
third person as well.
So there's 2 action
But
adventure...
the Respawn one's with completely different characters.
It is, right. There's
but
2
they didn't announce
separate
really
experiences.
anything.
They did.
Yeah.
They said
Like
they're working on both of them.
It was funny. Like, they talked about the 3, and then they said, now we're going to show you a video. And then it was just like, behind the scenes of making those 3, we're not going to tell you about.
But I mean, I also wonder how much they're going to be connecting to any of the other new Star Wars movies that you literally cannot say anything about.
Probably they're just not far enough along to really show.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, like, what if it was like a Knights of Ren game? Like, they're not going to be able to show jack squat of that right now.
But they didn't do anything with Old Republic, which I'm surprised about.
They talked about it. Yeah, they mentioned it just so you knew that it's still out there. But I'm actually surprised they would even talk about it.
But I heard the rumor was that there was going to be another open world RPG.
Really?
Based in Star Wars.
Huh.
So,
I guess we'll find out.
I'm okay with this.
And then Battlefield 1. That's how they closed the conference out. No surprise there.
Okay, first off, showing the first part of the trailer, talking for 5 minutes, then showing the first part of the trailer again along with the rest of the trailer was a really weird flow.
That was kind of odd. Yeah, I don't really understand why they did that. Because I thought maybe like they said, oh, you'll see the rest of that later. I thought, okay, there's another trailer coming later. No, it was literally that trailer.
It was the rest of that trailer.
Yeah. But there's going to be dynamic weather and dynamic map adjustments and destructibility and everything else. So we're kind of watching the live stream of them playing it right now as we record this. And it looks the closest thing to Bad Company 2 destruction that we've seen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of hard to get an exact feeling for it, but it looks really good so far.
Ooh, the mud from the tank treads. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, what we're watching right now is there's a 64-player battle with celebrities and YouTubers playing together in this... do you know where this map is, Dave? Did they announce what it is?
They've announced 4 maps based on historical battles that are just a bit stylized. I'm not sure which one this one is.
It's got trenches.
Yeah, it's got a bit of everything. It's got blimps, trenches, biplanes, tanks, jeeps... a lot of destruction. I think looking at it here, it does kind of feel like Bad Company 2, how there were template buildings, like you'd have 10 different colors of the same house that could kind of fall apart in different ways. It's kind of the next version of that. So, definitely impressive, and I'm seeing a lot more flattened parts of the map than we've seen in Battlefield 3 and 4.
Yeah, in this live stream, the maps are getting ripped apart. The first thing I noticed, though, with the graphics, I guess whatever iteration of Frostbite this is,
yeah,
both Mass Effect and this both look a little bit like Battlefront. So whatever revision they've done to Frostbite for Battlefront looks to be carrying over here, and it looks really good. Just the way the lighting glints off everything and the explosions and stuff, it looks very much like Battlefront, which I think is one of the best looking games.
It looks amazing, but it honestly doesn't look as good as the Star Wars Battlefront.
Well, we're seeing a live stream.
Yeah, we're seeing a live stream. But still,
you're also seeing maps that are like a quarter of the size in Battlefront.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think also I think the planets of Star Wars are just gorgeous looking.
I actually kind of like how this looks better, but it's too. We're watching a live stream,
but it still looks amazing.
And these are dynamic things though.
And they said this is pre-alpha. This is pre-alpha footage, so who knows?
I think Joel, if you compared the trailer that we saw, like with lots of like depth of field and zoomed in slow motion and stuff, I think it's equal to Battlefront's graphics. It's just that here you're seeing everything in action all at the same time.
But to be destructible, you have to have some...
Yeah, you have to...
No, of course, yeah.
So my assumption is this is going to definitely be like a 900p, 720p game on consoles if they're trying to do this amount of scale and this amount of
depends on which console's coming out.
That's true. Maybe on the Neo and the Xbox Super Fat or whatever.
That's a great.
Call it the Xbox One Lardo.
The big dick edition, like $700, has a Titan X in it.
What is that thing?
It's a tank.
It kind of looks like
this is good radio right here. What's
the
that?
show it's like a square looking tank, but it looks like is it a Ford or there's like some car that's out that's like a straight up cube. It just kind of looks like it's based off.
That looks nothing like that, Joel.
I thought it looked like a wallaby's head.
No, just the different shapes of it. It kind of looks like.
I think that was one of the early ideas for the tank when the idea was just to get through all the barbed wire, and so instead of having big cannons, they just had a big metal box with like 12 machine gun positions inside of it.
That's awesome.
It was just insane. Can you imagine being inside of a metal box with 12 machine guns firing with no hearing protection?
Let's get back to be slightly critical again. So we've heard what isn't the rumor that there's going to be just a handful of weapon attachments and a handful of weapons. It's not going to be like the incredible bloat that we've complained about with...
The bloat's the worst part about Battlefield 4, by far.
But they didn't officially confirm any of that. Are we hoping we're going to find out more of those details at a later press conference, or do you think we'll just find out when it gets closer to beta?
Oh, I'm sure in about 2 hours, Reddit's going to have a complete breakdown of everything we've seen this hour-long live stream. So,
well, just because they're not showing it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
It's true.
I don't really care what they're showing so much.
They're not going to show an upgrade.
Yeah, if the rumor is that we're only going to have a handful of weapon upgrades, I think that's amazing, but I want to hear them say it. I want to hear them confirm that that's actually how it's going to work.
Are they going to have the little like packs that parachute out of the sky?
The parachuting battle packs?
Yeah.
So far, I think Battlefield 1 looks really, really cool.
I'm excited.
But remember, Battlefield 4 also looked really cool, and it was really cool in the beta, and then was broken at launch.
Yeah.
And Battlefront wasn't. So it looked cool, but it wasn't broken.
Yeah.
So my hope is that they've learned from that, and if Battlefield 1 looks this cool, plays this cool, and works at launch, I guess I'm more excited about this Battlefield than I've been about Battlefield in a couple of years now.
And actually, I wanted to mention that, Jeremiah, because the reason I think I'm most excited about the concept for this game is because when I got into Battlefield and could actually play online, it was in the Battlefield 2 area, 2005, and it was already gone to Modern Warfare. I played 1942 and a bit of Vietnam, but it was all single player. I didn't have the internet to play online. So for me, it's been over a decade now of like wanting to go back to classic Battlefield. We had a couple small DLCs, and we had the console only. 1943 that I couldn't play.
Yeah,
I didn't have a console at the time. So like I've been itching for a old school setting for Battlefield for a long time, and to see them going so far out of the safe zone, like not just right back to World War II, but right back to World War I. The concept alone, I think, is enough to get me excited about the game.
The only downside for me is it looks very twitchy.
It's Battlefield. It's
but all the people they're highlighting, all the cameras they're focusing on are all the really good Battlefield players. So
yeah.
I imagine if you looked at anybody else's stream, like all the celebrities here, they're just wandering around the map slowly. But it's gonna play like that. Like for the people who are really fast, it's gonna be just as fast as Battlefield always was.
I mean, that's just I think the downside of taking a game into the World War I setting, and then making it like super fast paced action.
Yeah,
like it doesn't necessarily how Warfare would have gone.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they are. It does look. It feels a little more World War II than World War One.
It definitely looks a little slower than Battlefield.
Yeah. You think so?
Oh yeah, it does. I mean,
Battlefield.
Because you can it has a little bit longer distances. The bullets feel like even a little bit slower, and just since it's all like you're gonna have a lot of rifles that are one shot. You know what I mean? Like, or semi-auto, pretty slow. I think that's gonna also. I mean, not by much, but I think like Battlefront is a blast to play, at least for me, because it's not as fast. Now, I think it's obviously still fast for James, I think, but like compared to Battlefield, it's way slower because it's harder to aim far away.
Right.
Like most of the guns, the lasers they spread a lot, so that allows you to have a lot more like what do you got, like just like cover fire. There's a lot more cover fire in Star Wars Battlefront than there is in Battlefield. Like no one cares, they just run out. One thing I hope to find out more is how the respawn is. If it's just straight up just spawn, no delays on anything, I'll be a little bit pissed.
Well, no, I think they kind of confirmed it's going to be traditional Battlefield. You pick what area of the map you want to spawn in on, and then it zooms you into it. I think it's going to be the same as it always has been.
Can you spawn on a friend?
I'm sure you'll be able to. I'm sure
they
won't take that away.
I don't know. I just hope it's not like ridiculous. Battlefield 4 right now is ridiculous. How many people you can spawn on.
I would absolutely love, as far as spawn mechanics are concerned, a return to the classic Battlefield rule of you can only spawn in your squad leader. You can't just poop out the rest of your squad if you're just some random guy hiding around the corner. We played some Battlefield 4 last night. I was chasing a sniper who ran around a corner. I turned the corner and I saw 2 more squad mates just go boop boop, and then I couldn't kill them all. I was like, oh, they're all here now.
So predictions. Is every single blimp going to be filled with snipers just standing on the top of it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And chucking grenades off of it as fast as they can?
It's gonna be like the one big tower in Battlefield 4 on the Chinese map, where the snipers would always rage and chat when the tower got destroyed because they were all sniping from the top. Like, if you started blowing up the tower, all the snipers would start chatting like, stop, I'm shooting from up here, stop, don't destroy the tower. It's gonna be, don't destroy the blimp, I'm sniping from up here.
Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about from the EA press conference?
Just one thing we didn't mention,
Yeah.
that FIFA's going to be using the Frostbite engine also.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So,
Which I thought was funny. I was telling John, when Battlefield 3 was announced, they were talking about some of the technology that they were using to make the infantry feel more dynamic. And they pulled a bunch of the animations for running and like leaning into physics and stuff like that, kind of GTA 5 style, from the FIFA games into Battlefield. And now it's kind of come full circle where FIFA's coming back and taking Frostbite, the whole engine. It's been like 6 years now. It's just funny how that really did come full circle.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to this. We will have recaps of all the major press conferences. We haven't decided if we're doing Nintendo yet. Don't count on it.
Just James screaming into the mic for 10 seconds and then cut.
why?
But thank you guys for listening to this, and we'll see you after the Bethesda press conference.